everyone, welcome to Lord Pog Gaming, and I'm your humble host, Lord Pog. Once again, I'm showcasing another free game that deserves attention, and boy howdy did I enjoy this one. It's not as long as some of the others I've reviewed so far in this series, as it'll only take about 10 to 15 minutes to complete, but for what it lacks in length, it definitely makes up for an atmosphere. The game I'm talking about is a Western horror called Reverend. Before we dive into it though, first, let me do my shameless sales pitch for the channel. If you're new here and I get you feeling a type of way, then I'd be totally honored by your subscribing.
Totally?
Regardless of if you're new or a longtime viewer, however, please leave a like and a share for the video to help grow the channel. Ring my bell for notifications and sign my guest book as an offering for the YouTube god known as the algorithm. My guest book being the comment section, of course. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. I won't harp on y'all.
Well, I don't like to harp on a subject,
I don't
but
care. It comes with me, never have. That's why they call me gregarious.
Without further ado, let's get on with the review of Reverend. Reverend is, by the time of making this, only 20 days old, which means I really have gone from doing retro game reviews to slingshotting into a more modern day game reviewer time traveler story arc for myself.
No, it's not like that. That's not what I'm like.
And what are you like?
I don't know, Gandalf. But a space Gandalf. Or the little green one in Star Wars.
You really are not. You are Luke.
Still, it has borne me many good fruits from gaming's tree of life.
What?
Like the aforementioned Reverend, solo developed and published by Vuk Dobric.
What did he say?
Or is it Vuk? Sorry, Vuk. I'm not really sure how to pronounce your name. Vuk Dobric, on his main itch.io page, says that the 90s and 2000s have helped to inspire their art in gaming. Games like Half-Life and Manhunt, for instance, are some of their biggest influences, which really shows when playing Reverend, as it really does capture those earlier aesthetics in gaming. Vuk also has a YouTube channel where they showcase Reverend and their other games as well. I'll leave a link to Reverend's main itch.io page along with Vuk's itch.io page in case anyone is interested in checking out their other games. Vuk has made 3 games so far, including Reverend, which I know I'll be sure to be checking out for myself. I'll also leave a link to their YouTube channel, which I highly recommend all you Golden Wonders to check out and show support. Remember y'all, it takes a lot of effort to make these games, and it's absolutely amazing when an independent developer puts their art out there into the world and does it for free, no less. Ubisoft could learn a lesson or two from this type of love for the craft.
what the hell is even that?
So what is Reverend about?
So glad you asked.
As stated, it's a horror game set in the Wild West. The player takes control of an unnamed protagonist who's done some bad stuff that's got him on the run from the law. Instantly, what I like about the ambiguity about the protagonist, as other than being on the run from the law, nothing else is really known about them. This really serves to create immersion for Reverend, since the protagonist truly is whomever is playing at the time. Since no other detail is given, then the protagonist is whatever gender, race, ethnicity, and the like of said player. When nothing is assigned, then it instantly allows a player a sort of kinship with the protagonist. Reverend takes place in 1879, meaning the Vanderling gang is still at large somewhere.
And we each got $15. Oh, and a quarter. Don't forget the quarter.
Shut up, Arthur.
In a town called Gap Rock that has been stricken with typhus, or is also commonly known as typhus fever, which typhus, even to this very day, is still sort of a big deal. Although it's not as common as it used to be, it has persisted through the ages, with recent infections springing up in Los Angeles in 2019 and 171 cases of it in 2022. Sadly, it's what also caused Anne Frank her life. And if you don't know who she is,
read a fucking book for once.
So our unnamed protagonist is pretty certain that Gap Rock is suffering from typhus, then the law isn't likely to come looking for them there. Also, it's about time I should mention one of the only other characters who's actually mentioned by name, and that is Roger, the protagonist's good friend. See, Roger is the one who hooked the protagonist up with the idea of going to hide out in a little church just outside of Gap Rock.
What can I say except you're welcome?
It's at this church where the protagonist meets Reverend Jagger, a seemingly kind man with a kick-ass,
Watch your profanity.
an excellent mustache. Not everything is as it seems though, but unfortunately that's where I'm gonna have to stop explaining the plot.
Boo this man!
I know, I'm the worst, but I really want you Golden Wonders to play Reverend for yourselves. And if I give everything away, then why would you bother?
Think, Mark!
I will say this, the atmosphere of Reverend is fantastic. It has that lonesome Old West vibe down to a T, mixed with an unseen dread just lurking around its edges. There's a bigger story to be had here, with clues to something far more sinister at play, and I would love a more in-depth version from Vuk in the future. Plus, Vuk's pop references are really good in this, with some of the grave crosses saying things like Zed's dead, and if you know, you know.
Check out the big brain on bread.
With another more prophetic reference to a certain actor who played a famous Dr. Holliday. But the one I found the most interesting, and perhaps I'm wrong, but there's a grave cross that says James Douglas Morrison. And I know another name for James is Jim. So perhaps I'm reaching here. But again, if you know, you know.
Yeah, we're going to the roadhouse. Gonna have a good time.
I want to thank all of y'all who have made it this far in the video. I highly recommend going out and playing Reverend. It really is a gem, full of eerie visuals, like looking out to the town of Gap Rock at night with its creepy ambiance. I promise that none of you Golden Wonders will be disappointed. If you're new, please honor me by subscribing.
Your daisy if you do.
And despite if you're new or old, please leave a like and share the video around to gain the channel some traction. Ring my bell and sign my guest book if it tickle your fancy.
No, please do not tickle my fancy.
And remember, although we won't always see eye to eye on every topic, our love for gaming is what this channel is really about. It's a place we can all come together on common ground. A place where none of the real world issues matter. And because of that, I want y'all to know from my very heart and soul, I love y'all. I would fight any horde or foe by your side. You're always welcome in my lobby. Y'all come back now. Stay golden.